This week's title pays tribute to some of the original Monster Tamer and Battler games that made Pokemon so addicting for younger players. Only Monster Crown here. Ain't no Pokemon clone.
What the heck?
And this is our review of
Monster Crown.
I'd like to thank the publisher for providing me a review copy of the game.
It was developed by and published by
The game released to the PlayStation and Xbox Marketplace on April 30th for that price of $24.99. So, somehow, I skipped over the whole Pokemon generation on the GBA. I saw it happening, but somehow, I never dipped my toe into the pool of gotta chase 'em all fever. I had the original Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, but I didn't really see the point in creature capturing, training, and battling as something that I personally wanted to do with my free time. So looking back, I saw the fad as more of another Tamagotchi spin-off. Obviously, the creature capture genre has proven its demographic pool. I just wasn't in it. So when the original Monster Crown released in 2021, 5 years ago, it kind of passed right on by my console as well. Again, I saw it as a cheap NES-style Pokemon ripoff, which is probably debatable within the true bearing of whether that's criticism or praise. I mean, imitation is still a form of flattery, right? When Red Art reached out with Monster Crown Sin Eater here, I figured I may well be time for me to see what these games are able to bring to the table. I mean, there's popularity there, isn't there? A whole following? I did my playthrough on the PlayStation console, which proved to be a solid build for the living room big screen, but you know, I could definitely see this title being enjoyed in little bite-sized chunks on like a mobile device, a little pocket PC, maybe, which would make a lot of sense to the popularity on the Switch version. The story drops you into the typical role of a kid being woke up by your mother. Oh God, here we go. Oh, look at me, I just woke up. Oh, new storyline. You're dropped into the shoes of Asur, a young farm boy who's aspired to be a monster tamer his whole life, just like his big brother, which we saw in the opening scene as he was relieved of his neck pain. So, now that your family is in mortal danger, you must act to get things right and change the Crown Nation forever. Well, there's your storyline. The musical score was wonderfully selected, but really felt misplaced to the action occurring on screen. When battles begin, the background music changes to the same battle tune over and over and over again, which, although nostalgic, it really felt jaded and lifeless. Especially with how many times it gets played out as much as gameplay is comprised of grinding these little encounters. It is a small, subtle thing, but being that most of your gameplay is spent in these battles, it made the routine flavorless. A dynamic variety of battle tunes based on difficulty, region, or elemental factors would have been nice, you know? Switch it up a little. Let's go ahead and evolve the series from the rigid template created more than 30 years ago. We don't have to follow it that close now, do we? Instead, the game leans heavily into the storyline and large creature catalog of over 1,000 monsters to fight, capture, and train. And within the first hour of gameplay, you're given several strategies to use in various engagements like buffs and status effects to help your monsters in the future battles. Although the game's visuals are very reminiscent of your childhood memories of Pikachu battles, the written material here is pretty dark and grim. So you have a little bit more mature value here. The interest of timeliness in this video, I admittedly sped through much of the dialogue. But overall, I got the gist of what was occurring. I just had to move things along. Luckily, the game provides a notebook function in the menu to keep track of your current mission and subquests. And I found myself leaning on this feature quite a bit, as I focused more on grinding XP for my monsters and a little less on the storyline. It's there and it's rich and it's enjoyable. away, you'll tame and capture low-level monsters, as the battles can be risky. Each monster comes with its own attributes that can help or hinder you in battle. And oh yeah, I'll go ahead and mention, be careful around other NPC monster hunters, as I found out the hard way by forfeiting a match. Surrender all your cash and items. So stay away from that button. And in typical RPG fashion, things get pretty exciting pretty quick as you wander farther away from the safety of your home and the free healing provided by your mama. In the menu system, there is a high-level map of the world and is loaded with a menu full of data and information about all the monsters you encounter, which isn't going to wow anybody really graphically, but if you're looking for a smaller monster XP grinder, this one here may fit the bill. But anyone looking for a modern take on the Pokemon hunting series, you'll find faster monster battlers elsewhere. With a rich storyline and huge catalog of creatures to collect and breed, the second showing of Monster Crown here sits right in the middle of our rating chart with 2.5.
Beans out of 5.
Yep, well, that wraps up that review right there. Here's some notes I took where I put the keys to the tractor.
So, you know we make these new review videos every week, so if you're an indie developer or there's something you want to see,
As we lean into summer, I'm going to keep slamming 2 reviews a week until July.
let us know your thoughts and recommendations in the comments down below. Be sure to visit again next week.
As we continue to take humorous stabs at some of the industry's new and upcoming
Adorable
titles.
adventures.
Stay safe out there. We'll see you next time on the farm.